The day the government commits to responding to these issues in a sequence, I'll return to the House, Right Honourable Speaker. I thank you.
Last month, the leader of opposition, Mathias Mpuga, led legislators out of the House after the government failed to explain what happened to its supporters, some kidnapped as far back as 2020. After returning from recess, clear that the opposition would not relent on its boycott of plenary, the Speaker of Parliament, Anita, rebuked the opposition legislators. She warned that she would invoke provisions of the law which could potentially have those who miss 15 consecutive sittings of the House lose their seats.
I'm going to invoke the rule on the 15 sittings, and I want you members to come to the House. Don't miss for the 15 sittings. Don't be deceived that you should walk out. I will count 15 sittings.
On Thursday, the Speaker reminded the MPs that the day's session had marked the third sitting since she started taking record of the MPs' attendance in the House.
I am counting days, clock in and clock out. We are using taxpayers' money. The money that is being paid to members of Parliament is taxpayers' money. So when we see people who don't want to come to the House, then we know they should be accountable for what they are doing.
The opposition has remained unshaken, insisting that they will not return to plenary until the government explains the status of those now known as the disappeared.
I expect government to communicate to me officially so that together with the caucus, we process the content of the response to be able to verify their efficacy and detail. Anything short of that, we still maintain our stance as to the issues.
Now, former representative to the East African Legislative Assembly and lawyer Fred Mukasambide has defended the opposition's stand, insisting that it is justified.
Clearly, it is intended to deliver a message to the Republic of Uganda that human rights are sacrosanct. There must be respect. When there is a demand for the appearance and production of a person, that should be respected by government. What the Right Honourable Speaker maybe needs to do is to apply the law on dismissal in pari materia with all the laws of Uganda. Under the Golden Rule principle, when you look at the substantive provision under Article 83 of the Constitution, it is intended to address matters for which a member of Parliament by Buncho and Chikenale majorly signs for a salary, but fails to definitely sit to avail himself or herself for sittings of Parliament. But we are talking about members of the opposition whose absence is merely a message. They are present in all committees of the House, and of course, Parliament includes its committees.
He says the Speaker has a duty to defend the rights of the defenseless.
The Speaker, I think, needs to address themselves, because that is, of course, the Speaker and Deputy Speaker, majorly to the rules on the fundamental rights available to an individual for purposes of establishing and administering industrial action, for purposes of associating in disagreement with a material particular that moves forward within the parliamentary precincts and the debate, and I think gives regard to the objects for which the members of the opposition are absenting themselves.
His sentiments are shared by City Advocate Arias Ruimbazi Nalukola, who doubts that the Speaker will take action against the boycotting legislators.
Why can't the Speaker address the cause but not the symptoms? Do you think she will succeed? She can't. Even if you invoke those legal provisions and cause the dismissal of members of Parliament, as long as the citizens appreciate the concerns raised, they will be re-elected back to the House. If one can die for cause, what about losing a parliamentary seat for cause?
However, he adds that the legislators must not be punished for defending the rights of the citizens they represent in Parliament.
I've heard and I've read that the same Honorable Namuganza is occupying the front bench in Parliament. She's still occupying the position of ministers. What happened? Should we wait for implementation of a new decision before implementation of the other? I don't think she will succeed.
Now that the much-awaited statement from government is not expected on Tuesday as earlier anticipated, we can only wait to see how events unfold at Parliament. Benjamin Jumbe, NTV Weekend Edition.